Okay, it's still Sunday. Last edit I'm going to do today. This tutorial will be a little more advanced. We're going to hit the plus sign here. I'm going to go up here to photos. I'm going to start off with my little reminder here that all of my videos are made with my Samsung Note 8. It is an Android. If you have iOS or Windows, another platform, it may operate a little differently, be a little different than what you expressly use on your system. Usually you can play around with it, still get good results. There are my social media accounts where I can be followed on PicsArt, Instagram, and Twitter. No, I am forever lackadaisical when it comes to Twitter. I do not check it. I'm always on PicsArt, love my PicsArt. Much as I love my Samsung phone, always in PicsArt, always on Instagram. Okay, and moving on. Okay, this video is going to be some extensive editing. I do apologize for the time. It is intended for users somewhat familiar with PicsArt tools, using draw tools, shape, to create a design element. Remember to like, subscribe, and get reminders on my YouTube channel. This tutorial is made completely by me, 100% with PicsArt, where imagination is your only limit. Want to give a quick shout out to @DUZHD on Instagram for the inspiration on this one. Excellent gallery. He is where I got the initial inspiration for the element that we use in this video. While I am talking about this, let me say, in general, it is not good or considered correct or acceptable in the art community to take another artist's work and not give them credit for it. Always try to give a shout out to an artist if they inspire you, if you like them, help each other out. So, moving on. Sorry, my dogs are outside going ham, apparently. We're going to turn these 4 elements at the top. That is just a common everyday white circle. Going to age myself here. That is a Qbert pattern. Just a black and white square there. That is a Qbert pattern. I did a search in PicsArt's free stickers for patterns or design, and that is where that came from. Then you have the steampunk element. We're going to change it up. And then you have this beautiful desert rock photo that I got from a free site. Do believe it was Pexels. And I turned those 4 images using nothing but PicsArt draw mode into this element that we're going to make right down here on the bottom. So let's get started. We're going to go over here to draw mode. And I'm just going to black this screen out. I have that saved. It's good to go. We're going to add an object. And I, of course, have mine saved already. Here is the sticker that we started with. Again, free to edit, found in the community. Click erase. Circle. Fill. Of course, it's not going to work right. And I just went just up to the edge here on this bigger ring. Left just a little bit showing. And I made sure that I went all the way around it so that it was even. Okay, there, you have erased. Now what you're going to do is turn your pencil white. Get you a solid circle. Then you just take and use your eraser. You're going to cut the circle out. Again, you don't want to warp it. You want to maintain your circle shape. Then you're going to get your sticker, which is right here. Let me put this on normal so you can see. It is the Qbert background. You're going to put that on multiply, and you're going to merge. That made your white sticker that color. Now we're going to add an empty layer. We're going to come down here, and I used my color picker and picked a color off of the grassiness over here on the steampunk piece, and it is this color right there. And you're going to do normal and overlay. And that looks good, but let's try multiply. There we go. And you're going to merge those. Now comes the fun part. You're going to go, well, let's do it this way. Add an empty layer and pull it down. You're going to go over here. You're going to get the color black. Open your pencil and you're going to turn it down to about, I'm going to try about 30 or about 40, because when I ran through this a while ago, trying to save time for the video, it didn't seem like going lower worked as well. Now what you want to do is you're going to make sure again that you're on the second layer underneath the steampunk piece. You want right here where the gray's highlighted. And you're just going to go almost like you're writing on that steampunk piece, even though you technically aren't because you're under it. And you'll see your shadow start to come out right here. Now, keep in mind it's a shadow. Shadows aren't perfectly even and all that. But you do want to be able to see a little bit, you know, the background. And think about a shadow when you're backed up and looking at something, you know, and you can look at it and judge. Do you think you got it right, or is it a little off? And if you think it's a little off, you can set your eraser. Make sure you're using the same kind of pen so you don't end up with a really hard line. You want to check and make sure that you're, I'll show you real quick up here. You're going to click this up. You want your hardness to be turned down with zoomability on. Okay, normally right here is when you would turn your background off and go out and save your sticker. I've already done that because I was trying to prepare for the fact that we were going to be doing an edit. So we're just going to keep moving on like I have done that. You want to take this and you want to click transform and kind of figure out how you think you might want to use it. I kind of did it so that it'll look almost like you're walking off into it maybe. And I set it like that. Now you want to add an empty layer and add your photo. I got the desert one from Free Images, desert background. And you can search in PicsArt, Unsplash, or Bing. The one I found, I believe, came from right here in PicsArt. It should just be right here. There it is, right there. And I stretched it up so there's like no sky or anything showing. And I kind of did that for a reason. Now you want to get your eraser out. Or actually, while you have the picture up there, if you'd like, go ahead and click copy. Turn that top copy off because you'll use it in a minute. Go back down here to your third copy. Erase. And you want to erase all of this that's outside that you don't need. And I am going to cheat because I am lazy and use the shapes tool to erase the majority of it so that all I have to do is go back in and catch all the corners. Because I'm lazy that way. Little cheats that make digital art a little more fun than traditional at times because of that. Now you want to add an empty layer, and what you want to do is you want to go in here behind the steampunk piece, but above the desert piece that you just added. And you're going to do the shadow trick again, okay? Same concept, except you're going, oh, that's too much. Except you're going under, oops, I probably just undid my layer, I did. Except you're going under right here. Turn it down some. Kind of makes it look like he has a shadow on it. And I know I just made that look super easy, and I'm so sorry if you can't do that. But I promise if you try, you'll be able to. And then you're just going to merge it again. Now you're going to come over here and add an empty layer. And again, now remember, I told you a while ago that I had saved my stickers as I went. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this first one that you made right here. Okay. Let's turn this one off. You want to take that one that you made before you put the desert in. Just how you're going to put it together. Okay. You want to stretch your first one kind of to whatever size you want it to be, if you want to leave space around it or whatever. Okay, get it positioned how you want it. Now you're going to copy it, pull it under the one that you just worked with, click transform. And you want to shrink it down so that you can kind of see between it and the next little ring that you're putting in, okay? Kind of, leave some space. And if you want to throw them off kilter, like these two little spots on the left, the little bores that look like they're coming around the edge, kind of offset them. See how these are turned on the one in the back, just up above them? I'm going to do it like that. Now you can take the one that you did that had the picture in it and see it's way back here in the back. And you can either A, leave it that way, because it just looks like he's just walking through a couple of them. Or I had actually taken it and I made it like there was 3 of them. Which has him kind of offset. But I'm going to leave him just for the tutorial. But if you get to looking at it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll think, oh, yep, now I know why she wanted to fix it. But we're just going to leave it that way. Now, what you're going to do is I used this picture. This is why we saved it. Pull it all the way down underneath them. Hit transform. And you see where there's black between them? You can stretch it up and use the rock to like fill the pattern so that it just goes ahead and follows through. And you're going to do the same as before. We can use the erase tool, shape. Sometimes I don't want to catch. There we go. Do your little cheats so it doesn't take so long to erase. Make sure you got all of those off. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to come in behind your layer. And you're going to do this with each one of your little sections. Okay? You stretch it up big so you can see it. 2-finger pinch. You're going to go back. And you want some shadow to be thrown. On the surrounding environment. And you definitely want some of the shadow kicking across the little metal part behind it, okay? See how it's giving it depth? That's what you're doing. You're just adding this to add depth. You go down under the next one. As you see on that third one we had done it already had the shadow. So we're just adding it to the ones that don't have it. And you're going to do the same thing again, just really quick. I'm really making this a little sloppy, honestly. But you're getting the idea. Okay, now if you want to turn your background off, just to double check that your edges, that you got all the edges erased nice and safe and sound. Now you can take all of your layers. And you can just merge. It'll put them all together. And you might want to remember, here, let's do this for you. Let's merge this one back here. Turn off the ones with the pieces. And you can take these here while they're still separate, and if you want to continue to add to it or come off of the design or whatever, here I'll make a copy and show you just for an example. And because I put the layer on top, okay, it's a copy, so you can take and off spin it so it'll look like it's spinning open like that. And then when you do that, here, then we'll just show you. This is how you can change this up. You can add another layer under that layer right there on top. I'm going to open the back up so you can see what I'm fixing to do. Watch this. All white. Just go in there. Color it white, okay? The whole thing. All white. And it's going to show you your crappy shadow line, but it's okay. Because that's a perfect circle, and you can always use eraser to get rid of it. Now you want to get your eraser. You're going to turn your opacity down to around 24. Make your brush around 55, and lightly. And don't pick your brush up until you have one across whatever part you're going to go across. Now, each time that you go in, it's going to take more off. I'm going to turn it down. It's going to take 12 opacity this time. And each time you pick your pen up and put it back down, it's going to give you more depth. See people drawing glass and you're like, oh, how did they do that? Well, this is how they do that. Now you want to leave a hint of the white in spots, and just so you'll see, say that you think, oh, she's taking so much. Look, there's just going to be a big black solid circle in the middle. Oh no, there's too much going away. But I left the idea that the white is there. Okay, so bring your white down. You want it to stay big enough that you have a shape that you can, come on now, that you can work with, okay? Okay, gonna try it again. But anyway, this is just the basic because I was just showing you. And there, see, when I quit trying to be perfect, we're gonna let that be it. So now, if you wanted to take the same picture, see he's back here, he's still in the corner of that one. We'll make a copy of it. And watch, I'm going to show you. You can put him on that side. Pull him down under the white. You're going to copy him one more time, and you're going to bring it down under him. Hit transform. You're going to flip it. And just pull it until your colors meet back up. And they're going to kind of meet. Okay, and so you've got them pretty close right there. Now be very careful, but on the one that he's on, you want to erase, you want to get your brush kind of small, and you want to erase light enough that you can tell the difference when you're erasing, okay? Let's see if we can't get that a little stronger. Now look how cool that turned out, because that was not even intentional. Okay, now you just want to make your eraser solid because you've got to go in and get all these edges. Why is it not erasing my edges? Oh, because you have to merge them into one layer. And now you can go in and erase your edges. Just like that. Okay, now let's merge all of these layers together. Wish I had slid it up so that we didn't cut the bottom off of that one, but it's still a different creation. And you can, like I say, you can save this as a sticker. You can go right here and just go find you a different background to put on it. I'm going to go back into the desert backgrounds and I'm going to go to the Unsplash and see what we can find. Looks like it's just going to pop out really quick with it because we've been in here in a minute. And you want to keep in mind that you want it to blend, but you don't want it to match the environment. So it's okay if it's a little different so that it will pop with it. I wonder how big this one is. This will work excellent and perfect. And here is why. Then you just want to take your top piece. We're going to make a copy of it so that if you mess it up, you don't have to be upset about the way that it turned out. And you can take this, slide it up just a little, and kind of turn it if you want to. Just be careful doing that. I'm actually going to leave it sitting upright even though that was not my intention shape-wise. What I would suggest is maybe to bring your shadow down lower, like it's fading out as it goes across. See, watch right there on the edge of that dark shadow. See how it's blending it better? That might be the better way to go with that. And we're going to... I'm still going to go in behind... This video is forever long. I am so sorry. I get where I'm determined and I get these ideas and I just keep going. Okay, we've got it set at about a 32. We're just going to check and see what that's like. And just lightly put a shadow to this side. There we go. That way it's just faint. Everybody's meeting the shadows, and I just don't think I like those shadows. We're going to leave it that way. Since we brought the shadow behind, we're going to cut this one off the front. Look and make sure we got this one good enough right there. There we go, just like that. Fill that one in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an edit. Till it done. Edit image, go to FX, you can play with it, oil painting, kind of gives it, you know, a smooth look. I like to use it down around 8, very, very minimal, just enough to soften up edges, you know, if you've got any rough ones. You can go into FX again, pick FX tools, HDR, it brightened it up some. I'm not sure what I think about that. See, you can play and change them up. You have it on light cross. You can always go over here. These new ones are fun to play with, like these MLs. May look really good on these desert scenes. Speaking of, I think we're going to go with Orton. I really like that effect on it. And now we're just going to go over here and you're going to put your tag name, your screen name, whatever you use on social media is going to be what you're going to put right there. It's always hard to decide on an edit where you want to put your name because you don't want it to take away from your art. Now I'm going to go with color. I'm going to go with texture. We're going to add a photo, and what I'm going to try to do, free images, desert, I want the sand. Let's see what this one looks like on it. And then go over here and give it a shadow, color, black. Nope, oh, that was the blue. Opacity, we don't want any. Position. Let's stretch it up and see what that looks like. And that'll work. That way my name blends. It's not overbearing. You tell it you're done. Put in your hashtags. And you're ready to go. That is a completed edit. I'm sorry it was so long. Thank you for watching and bearing with me. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell for my YouTube channel for more videos. Enjoy your evening, and I am out of here tonight. Roll Tide.